Hello everyone, it's Michelle and Dave, and we are actually on day 29.
Wow.
One more day left and counting.
That's right.
On our 30-day vlog video challenge. So today we wanted to share kind of a continuation from yesterday's conversation we had. And this one is called leaning into discomfort.
Ooh.
And wow, so...
How comfortable are you doing that?
I'm okay comfortable doing that. I'm good. It was kind of a really good aha for me, and I actually just got it today. We were watching these amazing videos of this incredible rock sculpture, balancing sculpturist kind of guy. It's kind of hard to describe what he does or is, but his name is Michael Grab, and his website is called GravityGlue.com.
Yeah.
We'll have it below in the notes. And he balances rocks like it just looks absolutely impossible, but he makes something impossible possible.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's incredible.
And sometimes it takes him only a minute to balance this rock on top of another rock, which looks, the way I'm describing it sounds crazy, but he makes these amazing rock formations and make these rocks balance on top of each other that shouldn't, but he does. And the one clip that Dave will show you, he made a comment that it takes either a minute or up to 30 minutes to get these two rocks to balance with each other. And he says that it takes what it takes in that moment when it's taking a longer time. He says it's he has to fight against his mind, where it wants to stop his body.
Well, and his body's, I mean, you stay that focused for that amount of time, then your physical body, you start feeling aches and pains.
And you want to give up, you want to quit,
Yeah,
you don't want to do it anymore.
Okay, I'm done. I mean, because he's out with boots on, waders, and in the winter there's ice and snow all over in the water in the streams where he's building these, because he's using these stream rocks, and God, you know he's freezing out there.
But he's like, he's committed to getting those two rocks to balance, and he talks about what he does to do it, and he says it's about leaning into the pain, leaning into the discomfort of it, and then it happens, and I'm like, wow.
Sometimes it'll take, I mean, anywhere from like a minute to up to half an hour to complete like one balance. It almost never takes that long, but a lot of the challenge with those really fine balance points is kind of, I guess, leaning into that will to stop. Like your body mentally and physically sometimes just wants to stop, and the hardest part is, it gets easier with practice, is to just lean into that pain or whatever discomfort that it causes.
I think the wow I got from that video clip with him was when he talked about leaning into the discomfort, leaning into the pain, and while it took a minute to 30 minutes for that one rock to rest securely, balanced,
its niche together,
on it, and I'm like, in how your mind is screaming at you to stop and find something else, I'm sure.
Oh, and what was interesting is the rocks would all be adjusting underneath him, right? It's not just that rock, those two rocks he's putting into place. There's, in some cases where he's creating an archway, there's a whole bunch of rocks that are all moving around within their own little elements because they're rocks, and sometimes they're like he's putting the rounded or the points of these rocks. It's cool.
So what I love with what he does with that, and it just spoke volumes to me though, it reminded me of our video yesterday that we talked about our emotions and our pain and processing them and allowing them and leaning into the discomfort, leaning into those emotions. Right? And it
instead
leaning
of avoiding,
into backing out,
trying to avoid it.
And to allow them to feel them, to express them, and let them pass through us. And but it also reminded me our journey right now, where we're doing a lot of work in regarding to wealth and finances and abundance and getting out of our comfort zone. And that's been my big aha for me, is that getting out of our comfort zone, it feels uncomfortable, but leaning into that uncomfortness.
And into the unknown, because there's a lot of unknowns. This year seems to be making a lot of radical changes in leaning into those things versus just talking about them. So
and doing it,
that's what that showed up for me.
And it feels uncomfortable. It doesn't feel good. You want to kind of quit and give up and not keep going, but pressing into it. And it really reminded me of my second birth story. Dash, who was born at home and without drugs and by choice. And I remember my midwife talking about it, and it hurts. It was not fun. And I'm asking my midwife,
as an
Kathy.
observer only, I would agree with that.
And I was asking, I'm like, give me the keys, Kathy. I'm driving myself to the hospital. I want to get drugs now. And she's like, you are one contraction closer. You're one contraction closer. And the other midwife, Natalie, I love what she said too, but she would say, lean into the pain. Embrace the pain.
And she also said a word that really stood out for me as fluid. Remember?
Right.
She said remain fluid, and that means kind of leaning into it or not be rigid about it. And
not be resistant to it.
Yeah, resistant to it.
And allowing it to flow, allowing it to be. And I think what we're doing with these videos and with our journey this year so far, it's like we are really birthing more than what we even have any idea of. And so we're really in a birthing process and what we're doing. And so not being afraid of the pain or the discomfort of the unknowns, right? The unknowns and trying something different, trying something new, really walking it out, trusting our journey, trusting those that we're surrounding ourselves with or that are encouraging us to go forward and to go on and to lean into that discomfort. And it's okay. It's going to feel uncomfortable. But, your new skin and your new life and their new way of thinking will be new, like a new baby. It'll be worth it. Yes, right. And it's all being birthed.
And I think that's with anything that you're leaning into, especially if it's uncomfortable or if it's outside the box or something you're not used to, then there is that mystery of it. And many times people don't want it. They want what's comfortable. They want what they know. They want the known versus the unknown. And the unknown is where all new changes take place, and beautiful changes, obviously.
Learning and growth and development and stretching and yeah, so that's my aha for the day, is leaning into the discomfort. And thank you, Michael Grab, and your beautiful art and your expression of it.
Thank you.
And if you get the chance, go to his website. You will be blown away by what this guy does and how he does what he does. And it's just inspiring and peaceful and blissful. And so we love what he does, and it just speaks volumes to my heart too. That's right. Anyway, then we're done for the day, and that's all I got. Anything else?
That's it.
We heart you.
Lean into whatever you need to lean into, and you know what that is.
We heart you.
Bye.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Totally fixed.
Give me grab.
No, honey.
Hey, James. Hey, just so you know, we're out at the lake and we're recording our last 2 videos.
Oh, okay. Well, call me later then.
Say hi.
Say hi. You might just be making the blooper reel.
You might make the blooper reel. Hi, this is our good friend Jamie. She's awesome and amazing. Say hi.
Hi.
Yay! There you are. She's in seeing you.
I called you right in the middle.
Yeah, that's okay. She's